What's going on, YouTube modeling community? Pappy here at West Georgia Rods and Customs. The other day when I was kind of giving a State of the Union address to the YouTube modeling community, I proposed something to kind of keep everyone, as far as in this community, involved in some kind of a, maybe, I'm going to say a group build or just a build in general. So, as I was sitting watching this so-called iRace, which really that's not racing, that's just a bunch of rich boys playing on their simulators is all that was. I myself, I love to watch cars go around and round. I miss the old NASCAR days. I miss going to the track, watching some of my favorite drivers that used to race, as far as the Dale Earnhardt seniors, the Neil Bonnets, the Tim Richmonds, Cale Yarborough, Richard Petty. Man, I miss those racing. That is racing to me. But what I got to thinking about is I was thinking about what we could do as a community to kind of throughout this a lot of people are having to shelter in place. And matter of fact, it's getting pretty close to us having to do it here in Atlanta. Matter of fact, I'm at home today. We're working a crazy schedule. We're working actually 3/12s. We work a day off a day, work a day off a day. And right now, the city of Atlanta has just went under a shelter in place. When I get back to work tomorrow, I'm going to have to actually, I'll wind up getting some documentation stating that I have reason to be in the city of Atlanta, which I work at the out at Hartsville, Atlanta airport. So I got to have some documentation just to get in and out of the airport. I normally do, but I have to have my credentials and everything. But if I get caught on the road out there and I don't have that, they can find me and send me home. But don't want that to happen. I get sent home, I'm going to build models. Well, here's what I'm talking about doing. Little Joe Thompson and I, Fast Jimmy 71, we were all on a chat the other day, and we were talking about old NASCAR kits and just NASCAR in general. What better thing for us to do is, or what I'm actually interested in proposing here is to doing it's actually build a NASCAR kit. But there's going to be a little stipulation of this group bill. And here's what I've got and what I'm going to show right here. These are a couple of kits I've had in my stash for a while. And what do these kits have in common right here? Well, NASCAR has not been NASCAR for a while. It's back in the day when I used to enjoy it and used to watch a lot of racing. These guys right here were some of the people that I enjoyed watching go around and around. And as far as the Dale Senior, he was one of my favorites. And old Neil Bonnet right there, he was another one of my favorites. But what do these two kits have in common? Well, one's aluminum, one's a Pontiac Grand Prix. Both of them are monogram. Yep, okay. But what do they have in common? Here's what I want everybody to do. I want everybody to pick a kit. It ain't got to be these two kits right here. If you've got a kit in your stash, get it, do a little research on the car. But what this has to have in common is the driver of whatever car you're going to build has to be deceased. Tell you what, when we lost this fella right here, I tell you what, NASCAR went downhill. When we lost this fella right here, it was on its way downhill. But pick you a driver. The driver must be, like I say, deceased. And build the car. That's the only stipulation, is the driver cannot be alive now. Some examples, of course, are these two sitting right here in front of you. Tim Richmond, he's long gone. The great Junior Johnson, we lost him just a few months ago. But do some research on whatever you're planning on building. and post it right here. But what we're going to call this, we're going to call this group bill the Coronavirus 500 Group Bill, because there's no racing going on, so they might as well just be a little bit of building. But pick you a driver. The driver must be, he must be deceased. Pick the car that you're going. It could be, Tim Flock or some of those great drivers from days past, and pick a kit. If you got to order decals or anything, get you some decals ordered and build their car. And I'm not going to put a timeline on this as far as the Coronavirus 500, because there is no timeline on this pandemic going away. So shelter in place, build you a model, get you an old kit, or if you've got one in your stash, order you one up. I know it keeps you from having to go out and buy a kit. You can order most of this stuff online. Some of the good sources as far as trying to find these kits, of course, get on eBay. I order a lot of stuff through Model Roundup, and they've got a good source of decals through their website. But right here, let's do it. Everybody get you a kit. Remember, it's called the Coronavirus 500. Driver must be deceased, cannot be alive anymore, because pretty much how coronavirus is pretty much knocking us out of the game. But I hope everyone is healthy. I hope everybody's heeding the warning for corona as far as what everybody needs to be doing. Just wash your hands. When you sneeze, cover your sneeze. If you cough, cover your cough. But stay in place. Do what they're telling us to do, and let's get through this. I was watching President Trump's address just a few minutes ago about hoping and praying that this pandemic is over or making some headway by Easter. And we all know what Easter is all about. So it's all about the resurrection of our Lord and Jesus, and just hopefully it'll be a great Easter this year, and this will all go away. Anyhow, remember, guys, if you can dream it, build it, participate in this group bill called the Coronavirus 500. Get you a kit and build it. God bless y'all. Pappy out.